You would not believe how Stephen Colbert and his buddy Jon Stewart responded to his cancellation. Cry me a river. Would you grow up, you children? Put on your big boy pants and take it like a man. This is absurd. Many of us have had very public cancellations, and some were absolutely fucking brutal. And we didn't invite all our friends to come cry on the set and say, poor, poor her, poor him. American democracy will not be the same. Some of us took it like professionals, then picked ourselves up, dusted ourselves off, and moved on with life. Is this how it's going to be for the next year? Watching this crybaby try to play the victim that his show got canceled? Grow up. It's called television, you toddler.
Go fuck yourself! On Friday, Donald Trump posted, I absolutely love that Colbert got fired.
There is something more concerning. The other day, I posted a video about this guy getting cancer. Trump responded in a way that get Libras triggered. When you take a look at this, President Trump rejoices over the end of Stephen late show. His talent was even less than his ratings, and yet Jimmy is next, has even less talent than Cuba. Greg Godfrey is better than all of them combined, including Moron on NBC, who run the once great Tonight Show. CBS canceled Cuba's show just 3 days after Cuba called out CBS parent company Paramount for its $16 million settlement with Trump. This has triggered these people to attribute. In fact, the kind of information I've seen on social media clearly tells you these people are insane.
It could be financial, and I don't know that it's purely political. It could be, but my concern is if it is political, then everyone should be concerned. People on the right should be concerned. People on the left should be concerned, because it's very clear that if it is political, this is the dismantling of our democracy. This is the dismantling of our Constitution, right? And so the First Amendment is the First Amendment for a reason, and that is freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom to speak truth to power. If that is taken away, if the comedians are being attacked, then that means our Constitution is being dismantled. Right. That means the very rubric of our democracy is being dismantled. And I think every single person should be really, really concerned about it. I'm thrilled that Senator Warren, Elizabeth Warren, Senator Bernie Sanders is asking Skydance, is asking for answers whether or not this was political. The Writers Guild is actually asking the Attorney General to look into this situation to find out if it was political. And if we find out it is political, what are we going to do as a country? We must protect our Constitution and we must protect our democracy. This is bigger than just the cancellation.
CBS canceled Colbert show just 3 days after Colbert called out CBS parent company Paramount for its $16 million settlement with Trump, a deal that looks like bribery. This is what this guy said. Elizabeth Warren tweeted this. I have been investigating Paramount deal with Trump. Here is what we know. Trump sued CBS. CBS called the lawsuit meritless. Paramount owner of CBS still settled, handing $16 million to Trump library. Paramount has a $1 billion deal that needs Trump approval. This is what Elizabeth Warren sent out. At a certain point, when I look at what is going on, these people will always create a situation out of nowhere. They cancel this guy. He called himself a comedian. Maybe he was not that funny, but they can't acknowledge that. That is actually a problem.
Stephen Colbert just got canceled after a decade as the most watched man in late night TV. Was it because he called his boss's Trump settlement a big fat bribe?
On Friday, Donald Trump posted, I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself. Big fat bribe.
Some on the left think so, pointing to the fact that the announcement came just 3 days after Colbert publicly criticized Paramount, CBS's parent company, for paying Trump a $16 million settlement in a lawsuit. But the right, they're not losing sleep. Many are calling him unfunny, and some are claiming that the show was failing.
And by the way, you're not funny, but attacking half of America and your ratings suck. You might lose your show.
But is that true? Nope. Colbert's been the #1 late-night host for 9 straight seasons. And in Q2 of this year, his show was the only one that actually grew its audience. So if it wasn't ratings, why did CBS pull the plug? Here's their official line. This is purely a financial decision against a challenging backdrop in late night. It is not related in any way to the show's performance, content, or other matters happening at Paramount. CBS has been exiting the late night business for years. In 2023, they canceled The Late Late Show. No replacement. In March 2025, they canceled The After Midnight Show. No replacement. And now they're canceling Colbert. Again, no replacement. What's filling the slot instead? Reruns, local news, stuff that's cheap. Because here's the thing, even with solid ratings, Colbert's show was expensive. $50 million a year just for him, on top of over 200 staff. Meanwhile, ad revenue across late night TV has dropped over 60% since 2014, even for top performers. The internet is doing to TV what it did to newspapers, but there's another layer. Paramount is trying to finalize a multi-billion-dollar merger with Skydance, which needs FCC approval under the Trump administration. So it's possible that rather than just downsize the show to make it more sustainable, they decided it's not even worth the trouble and they just cut it. So Colbert's criticism might have been the straw that broke the camel's back, but it wasn't the whole haystack. So did profit or politics the Colbert show? Profit loaded the gun. Politics might have just picked.
Control, a not insignificant portion of that $8 billion value came from those shows. Take a stand. Shows that are unafraid. And not to, believe me, this is not a, we speak truth to power. We don't. We speak opinions to television cameras.
Is being canceled. It will go off the air come May, and there's certainly been a lot of speculation that it may at least play a part of that decision, maybe because of this impending merger that needs approval from the Trump administration. So you wrote about this, and you say Colbert's cancellation, simply not funny.
Yes, simply not funny, but also really scary, right? And even if it's not quid pro quo, the idea of self-censorship, and I talk about my grandfather Howard Fast, who was jailed by McCarthy during the House on Un-American Activities, that our government has done this before, that history is very much filled with moments like this. And I think it's important that we take a 20,000-foot view of it because of that, because there are ways to come back from government misuse of power like this. But it certainly is very scary. I do think it's incredibly ironic and also interesting that we have a 94-year-old media mogul who is in many ways responsible for creating Trump and Trumpism.
That won't work. It won't work. We will just get louder.
It is like if they don't call Trump's name every single day, they won't get ratings. They have been doing it for long. Jimmy is one. If you've been following Jimmy every single time, there is no single day. Trump, 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 Trump. If you see a video without Trump's title, the views are down. That should clearly tell you if Trump is not there tomorrow, these people's shows.
When you do a show that attacks half of America every night and you don't have conservatives on, and by the way, you're not funny, but attacking half of America and your ratings suck, you might lose your show.
Here's the corollary to what you're saying, like the other side of it is that, there are shows that I will not name that spend half their time attacking liberals or all their time attacking liberals.
That's one thing.
All their time attacking liberals. And it doesn't have any impact on their ratings whatsoever. So to Ray's point,
he hates guys like us.
So to Ray's point, I don't necessarily think that's really on the ratings front. I don't really think that's really what.
Yes, I don't understand why Congress is really focusing, talking about this. So a private company cannot take up a decision to fire who they want. It's crazy, right? I don't know why Trump's name is coming to the show. Yeah, Trump sued them for what they did. They settled it. And so what? Now they decided to fire this guy. They are saying, oh, because Stephen called out what they did, Saturday of Trump, just few days after before he's gained. It's crazy. This guy's been calling Trump names on daily basis. In fact, every single time, going after him. That is actually not how you're supposed to do. If you're a comedian, I understand you are against Trump, but you should be smart enough. The same thing this man was doing is the same thing Jimmy is doing. Crazy, right? Jimmy sent this out. Jimmy blasts CBS for canceling the late show with Stephen Colbert. Love you, Stefan. F you and all your shared on CBS. Colbert's show was axed after 10 seasons, with CBS claiming it was purely a financial decision. That is it. I just wanted to report the news so you can see exactly what is going on. I want to appreciate people sharing out my videos. God bless you. If you see clips after this, that is for the YouTube algorithm. You can end here.
Limitations.
So many rules.
My choices are mine. Making this easy.
Share the video, and if you see short clips, that is for the YT algorithm. They hardly recommend videos on this channel.
People line up for my advice, and you're walking away like I'm stupid. It's like I've written books, I've given speeches. Line up for my advice. It's like,
Why don't we choose more carefully who we're going to lionize?
why? Marriage, infertility.
How hard it is to live in the White House.
Post this morning alleging that since I said will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial. 100.
Has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification.
This is not going to end.
He says, but what if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you...
Because she's fearful.
Registration Act is
talking about term, and you will be very...
Once again, the field was littered with Wintour does.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black.
How bad is his reputation going to be?
Those of you who do not have sons.
So Jamie, you're no stranger to great sequels. So